I'm Rick Howard, president of Kingdom Magic Vacations. In my job, I get to travel a lot. I explore the world on land and sea, eating in unique restaurants and discovering interesting locations. I'm always looking for new places to visit, and I want you to travel with me. Welcome to Travel with Rick. Hey everybody, we're sitting here in a two-man kayak. That's Andrew right there with a camera strapped to his head. The same one we use snowmobiling. But we're out here on the bay, on the big island of Hawaii, in Hilo. Get ready to kayak across this bay here, go up in a little river, check out some rapids, and you're going along with us whether you like it or not. So get ready for some kayaking. We'll see what those rapids are like. Well, here we are. We're kayaking across the beautiful Hilo Bay, and it was just gorgeous. Just a beautiful day, not too windy. Just a great day traveling across there, wasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, a little bit of cloud cover, so it wasn't that hot, and it was pretty calm out there. And you can see we're kind of going diagonally out there to try and get in line with the surf.
Yeah, and that's our guide up there, Micah. And he's showing us the way to go. And he was really, obviously he's been doing this 20 years. He was an expert at where he wanted everybody to go and how he wanted us to line up. And you'll see in a bit, I don't know how well you'll be able to see in the video, but once we got lined up with the waves, pushing in towards the bridge and the river, which was our ultimate destination, Micah would kind of surf his kayak across that. He'd wait for the wave to swell, be up on top of it, and then just start paddling kind of like a maniac, just like you would kick on a boogie board, or just like you would paddle and jump up on a surfboard to surf his kayak in, which is pretty sweet. We tried it. We did it a little bit, but not nearly as good as Micah did.
Yeah, he's an expert. It was great paddling out there, just watching the island and being able to see this just tropical, lush island. It was absolutely gorgeous. It's really what you think of when you think about vacationing to a tropical island. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was good. And his wife Lindsay, they were they kind of give us a little bit of the history of Hilo. This was one of King Kamehameha's favorite places for him and his guys to come and surf. So they would come over and surf Hilo Bay back in the day. There's actually a barrier out there just to the right of where we're kayaking. They actually have a barrier built up that kind of breaks the waves, and it's mainly for the tsunamis, so if they ever get big waves from tsunamis, to kind of break that in. So it kind of protects the bay a little bit. So the waves would be quite a bit more were that not there. But yeah, it was just a beautiful area. And like I said, we kind of huddled up in some places and got a little history as we were coming out. And actually that's actually Lindsay. I forgot Micah was behind us. Lindsay was the one who led us out there.
That's right.
Yeah, Micah was in front once we got into the river, but that was actually Lindsay there who was talking with us as we kayaked out. You'll see that in a second. She's definitely not Micah.
All right, so we're now in the river area, and you can see that it's just full of these lush trees, and we're kayaking through these banyan trees right underneath the air roots, and it was just a really, really cool experience to just have a nice relaxing kayak through these things.
Yeah, it was just gorgeous. And we came out of the bay, crossed under a bridge, and then ended up kind of in this river. And our ultimate destination is to see this really cool waterfall. But these banyan trees, we have these in Florida too. But these were pretty big, and the roots just came right down to the water. Was really, really cool. Really just, it's kind of like you think, when you think of Hawaii, the back part of Hawaii is kind of like what you think of, what you kind of imagine it would be like as we kayak. And now we're coming up to another bridge on this river. And there's actually a power plant there that we're going to come up to in a second when you see these waterfalls.
Yeah, it was built in 1890 or something. It was it's an electric hydroelectric power plant, and really old. And I think is it still functioning? Was it still functioning?
I think it was. I think she said it's still running, and they still use it to generate some power there. Here we got some more of these huge banyan trees with the long roots just hanging down, and they thrive in this water environment here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, just a blast to be kayaking right underneath them. It was incredible. Just these monstrous trees, really cool.
All right, so now we're kind of coming up to a rapid area here, and now our guide up there is Micah, and Micah is getting us prepared. You can see just on past that bridge, there is some waterfalls up there. That's our ultimate destination, but there's a pretty good little rapid area here, and today it was a little faster than normal, and normally Micah would tie a rope onto the front of the canoes and just kind of pull each canoe through there. Well, today they were even a little cautious about doing that, so they wanted to get everybody out of their kayak and get them to walk over, and then he just pulled the boats through. And once we got past this rapid area, then we could paddle on up in there. And you can see Andrew and I are trying to get back over there. We kind of got pushed around, right, bud?
Yeah, we were. I guess we were trying to be a little bold there and try and see if we could navigate them, and we got sucked into it, and it was it took a little doing to get back over to the left side and get in line with everyone.
And Andrew and I, having never kayaked together before, we didn't really have our rhythm down completely either, so it was kind of a learning experience for both of us,
Playing a little bumper boats or bumper kayaks.
And some of the people in our party had no kayaking experience, so that was kind of interesting too, to see how they reacted to it. But a lot of fun, just a beautiful area. This was our first excursion in Hilo, so we'd been on ship for a few days, and it was just nice to be off the ship, and this was our first taste of Hawaii right here. So there's Micah. He's getting ready to start pulling the boats through, but then he has a change of mind too, as do we, right?
Yes, yeah, we get a little stir crazy, so. You'll see what happens.
Yeah. We're glad the helmet cam is waterproof.
That's right.
We'll leave it at that for now.
It definitely helped out. Mm-hmm.
That's where Joe and I were commenting on the unusually sound waiver that we had to sign, and we were commenting that the waiver said that we could incur serious injury or even death, and we were joking that maybe this is the part of the excursion that they were talking about when they crafted that language in the waiver.
I remember Micah telling us afterwards that if the rapids had been any faster or any higher, that he wouldn't have been able to take us through there at all.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Yeah, so this is where Andrew decides to ask Micah if we could actually go through that area because we were tired of waiting.
Yeah.
And he gave us the okay. He said, we'll go ahead and give it a try. And you can see right here, we started to shoot for it, but right away we got pushed over to the far right side, right bank of the river into the trees. Right?
Yep. We did not do good at all.
Yeah. And so here's where we made our second fatal mistake. Our first was, getting pushed over there. But then rather than going back and getting lined straight up, we just kind of shot straight across, and there you go.
Those rapids took us for a little ride.
Yeah, we hit those boys sideways rather than point on, and as soon as we did, they just rolled that ocean kayak over. Understand, it's not a river kayak, this is an ocean kayak on a river. And rolled that puppy right over, and there you go. That was my first swim in the Pacific.
Great experience. Just dive right in.
Yeah. Water was pretty cold. It was probably about 70, 72 degrees.
I was very surprised how cold it was, yeah.
Yeah, so the water was pretty chilly. Keeping in mind, this is April. Well, we left in April. I think this was probably May 2nd or 3rd by the time we got to Hilo. We sailed on the 29th, so it would be somewhere around May 2nd or 3rd. So it was a little chilly, but quite an experience.
Mm-hmm. Had to go and grab my life vest there. I wasn't wearing it. I was kind of using it as a seat pad, and so I had to jump back in the water. And so we had to swim the kayak over to some rocks because the rapids were really strong, and so they weren't allowing us to climb back in the boat safely. So we climbed over some rocks, swam over some rocks, and got our boat stabilized and climbed back in and caught up with everybody else. We're still dry.
Yeah, got back in line and waited our turn to get portage through there, which we did. Here we go. Andrew's getting back in the boat now. Helmet cam survived.
So now we're just waiting to go through, and there goes Joe right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Flipped right over.
Yeah, now Micah said, so there was a morning excursion. No one turned over in that one. He said he usually has about one per group. The morning didn't have one, but our group had two. We were the first. We christened the experience. We thought that we were actually going to take the hit for the group.
rebels.
You know, yeah, we thought that we would be the statistic for the group, so no one else would have to experience it.
That's right, taking the hit.
But Joe and his wife from Orlando, they actually went in the drink as well.
Yep.
So here we go. All right, so we did the portage thing. We're back in the boat now. We're going to go ahead and kayak.
Navigate through these rocks, and we want to try and head over to these waterfalls.
Yeah, so that was just a little sideway up there. You can see the rapids would be over there to the right. So it's kind of a little protected area and way to get up to this waterfall. And actually the waterfall comes right from the hydroelectric plant. Well, not the one in front, but the one over to the right you'll see in a second. That actually is part of the hydroelectric plant.
And this is a really cool like oasis area. It kind of ends right here. You know, the cliffs. There's no way to get any farther back than this. So you got all these waterfalls. So it's a really nice oasis back here with all the trees, and there's the electric plant right there.
Yeah, that's it on the right, and the water coming down from that. And it's actually about a 20-mile river. It's one of the longest navigable rivers in Hawaii. So I guess if you did portage past these waterfalls, again, there's probably a way to get on up there and back into it more. I don't know if people kayak up in there or not, but it is a pretty long river, Lindsay was saying.
Yeah, and it was really cool to we kind of tested our boat underneath these waterfalls.
Yeah, so this is what they were telling us we were supposed to do. We saw other people just kind of stick in the front of the kayak there. I thought it would be cool since Andrew put me in the water that I would put him in the water again. And Lindsay, our guide, was saying it's kind of fun just to go up underneath the waterfall like this. So we gave that a shot too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't actually turn over there. So if you think we did, we did. It was just kind of the waterfall coming over into the boat. And again, the helmet cam tested out safe.
Yeah, did a great job. So we just headed back down the rapids after a little tooling around in the oasis there, and it was definitely a lot easier to go down the rapids. Downstream is way better than upstream.
But I don't know about you. When we went through them, I was still a little bit cautious.
I was too, because of what happened with Joe and his wife.
Right. So, we had learned from, because we saw someone turn over just coming right through these rapids. And Micah was even a little cautious because he saw us, and knowing the rebel spirit that our boat was, he was a little, you can see right here, he's checking us out now. Make sure you do it right, boys, he's thinking. And, we had learned from him too that if you put your legs out wider, that it kind of stabilizes your boat. You can see Andrew's feet are a little bit wider there too, so we were being prepared. And that's Lindsay in front of us there.
And we safely navigated through there. So.
And we felt pretty proud.
Yes.
We were pretty proud of ourselves
nice.
Having made it through, since we were the poster child for what not to do when we try to go up the rapids.
It was nice not to have to swim again. It was it was great.
But it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area that we went up to with all the banyan trees and see all the vegetation and learn more about the interior, the inside of Hawaii. Was really a lot of fun, and Hilo was just gorgeous.
Yeah, this was just an amazing excursion. It only was like a 5 to 10 minute ride from the ship, so It was great.
Went through some beautiful park areas and stuff getting there. Now here we're going back out. We're getting ready to head back across the bay. Now the winds picked up some, and we had some pretty good waves coming there, and they were, again, since we were the rebel spirit ones, they were making sure that they told us that we point our kayak straight into the waves. So we actually kind of took the long way, as it were, to go over these waves.
Yeah, you had to hit these things head on. You didn't want them hitting you sideways, and so this was a nice little workout to get out there. So we tried to stay ahead of the pack and go as quickly as possible, and it worked out great. You can kind of see us dipping down there.
Yeah, you see some waves splashing over the bow there. Kind of reminiscent of the Dream, how she was navigating some of those bigger waves out in the Pacific, So little boat, little wave, big boat, big wave, still got them crashing over the bow there.
Yeah, it was, but it was a lot of fun.
Gotcha.
It was, definitely recommend this. It was so much fun. It was great to see, a lot of the interior of Hilo. It was gorgeous.
And Mike and Lindsay, they were just wonderful too. Just great excursion. Had waters for us. Had a nice, transported us over there. A lot of interaction. Gave us a lot of the history, a lot of things, give us a lot of insight into Hilo and the area, so they were a lot of fun to go out with.
Yeah, be sure to check out their website. We've linked it up below. They've got a great website, and you can kind of see all the tours that they do. It's a lot of good stuff.
Well, hey guys, we just got back from kayaking. Well, we're almost back. Right over there is where we're going to make landfall, and we just went for a pretty exciting ocean/river kayak. The river that we went up when we went under the bridge, our guide said was actually one of the longest in Hawaii. It's about 20 miles long. So it was pretty cool. Speaking of pretty cool, we tried to be the cool ones in the group, and we soon found out we were not the cool kids because we turned our kayak over. But our guide was really cool about it, Micah. He was going to portage the canoes, but we thought, well, we're going to go for it, and we're going to try to go up the rapids part of the river. And we got turned around, and next thing we knew, we were in the drink. Our kayak flipped over. It was pretty cool. Andrew saved my life in Hawaii. I can say that now. We managed to get our boat over to the side of the rocks, and turned out to be an outstanding adventure and a great excursion here on Hilo, our first port in Hawaii on our 15-night Hawaiian Disney cruise. So it's been awesome, and it's question of the week time. So Andrew's wearing this cool head cam. Andrew, you turned us over, bro. What's the question of the week?
I'm gonna have to go with what is the most unexpected thing that's ever happened on your vacation.
Yeah, that was one of the more unexpected for me. So there you go, folks. What was the most unexpected thing that's ever happened to you on vacation? So the most unexpected thing so far was me turning a kayak over, us turning a kayak over. I'm not taking the full blame for that, puppy. Us turning our kayak over here on Hilo. But it turned out to be an awesome day. It turned out to be a lot of fun. And because of that, I went for my first swim in the Pacific Ocean here in Hilo, Hawaii. So we're going to turn it on in now. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments. And remember, stick around. We're going to read some of your comments over there. We're going to give you something away. Stick around. See ya. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching our show last week. I hope you enjoyed seeing us kayaking in Hilo. And I told you, we took a bit of a splash. I said that was my first swim in the Pacific. Actually, I got to thinking about it. It's not true. Went to Ixtapa, Mexico a few years ago and had my first swim in the Pacific, that time in Mexico, but I kind of forgotten about that over the years. So it's definitely my first swim in the Hawaiian Islands part of the Pacific Ocean. So that was really cool. It actually was really cool. The water was about 70 degrees, is what our guide Micah told us. So, but it was quite an experience. I'm still glad that Andrew pulled us out there and we tried to go up the rapids. That was quite an experience doing that, and I'm glad we didn't just sit back and wait our turn. We got out and experienced Hawaii on our own terms. That was kind of cool. So you guys had some great comments on last week's last show of our 15-night Hawaiian experience cruise, and I wanted to read a couple of those. Kathy says, it sounds like an amazing cruise. It absolutely was, Kathy. Disney is the best. I agree. Our next cruise will be on the Disney Wonder to Alaska in July of 2013. We did that last year, my wife and I. It was absolutely wonderful. You're going to love it. The Wonder is a great ship to see Alaska with all the open area that they have, all the windows that they have up in the Outlook Cafe or the Outlook Bar. You're going to love it up there. It's just a great cruise, great ports, great itinerary, and a wonderful ship to do it on. You're going to have a blast, Kathy. Lizzie said you should get a Nokia Lumia Windows phone. She's talking about my phone that actually died on the ship. We still couldn't restore it even after we got back home. I called Apple and they couldn't fix it over the phone, so I actually ended up going into my Apple store and talking to a genius at the bar, and they replaced my phone. So it couldn't even be fixed, couldn't even be repaired by a genius. But luckily it was under warranty, so Apple replaced it. So big fail for crashing, but big save for giving me a new phone, Apple. I appreciate it. Lizzie goes on to say, when's my next Disney cruise and first Disney cruise? Sadly, we don't have one booked yet. I know a company that can help you with that, Lizzie. It's definitely one of the next trips we want to book, maybe 2013. Hey, you can go with Kathy to Alaska. Do you know if you can use some DDC points and pay some cash not buying points? These are things my husband and I need to look into. What you can do is book one person on points and one person on cash maybe. We've looked at doing that with our kids before. When did the Walt Disney Museum open? I was in San Francisco in 2002. Is that your home where you're at in the Beatles shirt? Looks lovely. I didn't know I could win something just for commenting. Yes, you can win. Yes, the Disney Museum opened in 2009, October 1st actually, 2009. So the same day of the year that the Magic Kingdom opened, or Walt Disney World Resort opened in Florida in 1971. So it opened October 1, 2009. Was that my home? And the Beatles shirt I was wearing last week? Yeah, this is my house here. It's our little lanai with the pool in the back. We love it here. It's really comfortable in Vero Beach. We actually love our house a lot when we get to be here. You know, we're traveling a lot out there for Travel with Rick. And, you know, I enjoy staying home in the summer times and spending time out here with the kids and just hanging out with Leslie and being home once in a while. But, yeah, we're really blessed. It's a great house, and we're really, really happy here in Vero Beach. Mary says, I have enjoyed your trip so much. You and Andrew are fantastic together. Yep, I totally agree, Mary. I couldn't wait to open my emails to the next portion of our Hawaiian trip. It was just like reading my favorite novel. Really looking forward to seeing you swim in the Pacific Ocean next book. Film, I mean. Yeah, Mary's one of our great viewers, just like so many of you are, and so glad that you guys followed all along with us. It was just so much fun having you guys live vicariously, if you will, through us. It was a lot of fun taking you. Certainly was a lot of fun being there, and we look forward to taking you to more great destinations around the world real soon. Costa Rica, back to Hawaii, to Alani in July. We're going back to Wyoming next year, snowmobiling. So many fun things that we've got planned. Really looking forward to Costa Rica and bringing you guys there. Nicholas said, did you have fun on the Hawaiian cruise? Oh, Nicholas, we had such a blast. It was awesome. Everything about it was so cool. The ship was great. The food was awesome. The crew on the ship were just so warm and friendly and great. The islands were wonderful that we went to in Hawaii. The people there were fantastic. The excursions that we went on were all top-notch. Everything about it, I would just highly, highly recommend. We had such a great time. What was the highlight of the trip? Well, it definitely would have to be ziplining in Kauai. That was absolutely a blast. That excursion was by far the funnest one we did. An all-day excursion. Can't wait for you guys to see more of that episode. Nick goes on to say that it looks like a beautiful city. He said he's seen pictures of Honolulu. It looks like a beautiful city. It was. Pretty modern city with a lot of high-rises and a major city there. Not sure where I'm going on my first Disney cruise. We were going in 2013. My brother couldn't pass up on the Disney parks. I know, it's hard to choose. So we don't know yet. Looking forward to kayaking. See you next week. Well, I hope you guys liked the kayaking episode. It was a lot of fun. Sarah says, I don't do cruises since I'm just a single. Well, you can, Sarah. I know a lot of single people that cruise. You can find a roommate or you can just go by yourself. It's a little more, but it might be worth it. So look into it. If you get a great rate, you might want to check into it. I look at my trips to Walt Disney World as cruises. When I go there, everything is taken care of, and I did like seeing all the videos. Well, thanks a lot, Sarah. We enjoyed bringing the videos to you, and I agree. Walt Disney World is just a great place to go. Bob says, hey, Rick and Andrew, I will say it again. I really enjoyed your videos. Thanks, Bob. We enjoyed bringing them to you. Thanks so much for taking me along on your Hawaiian cruise. Each time I watched your video, it gave me a smile on my face and something to hope for. First day, for my first Disney cruise, I think I will take a Western Caribbean. That's an awesome itinerary, Cayman Islands, Costa Maya, Cozumel, just a lot of cool places there. As for when that will be, as soon as I win the lottery. Thanks again, guys. Well, good luck with that, Bob. I hope you win the lottery. And hey, remember when you hit that lottery, take along a friend. Peggy says, thanks, Rick and Andrew, for taking us along on your trip. It's been fun. Still can't wait for the upside down ziplining episode. Well, no, that's going to be coming up. It was just the kayaking episode you guys saw. I don't have any cruises planned. I tend to want to get my destination quickly, but it looks like fun. Like the Beatles shirt. Yeah, I dig my Beatles shirt too. I got this one in Hawaii. It's kind of awesome. And yay, I was randomly picked to win the statuette. I was so excited to see it unwrapped. I need to find a special place for it to sit, probably near my computer. That'd be awesome. You can think of Travel with Rick when you look at it. Sorry about the iPhone taking. Yeah, me too, but at least I got a new one. But now you can get a new phone with more bells and whistles. Well, same old phone, same bells and whistles, but I love my iPhone. So thanks, Apple, for replacing it. Thanks all you guys for watching. Thanks for leaving your comments. Remember to keep sharing like you do. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on iTunes. And we'll see you right back here on another episode of Travel with Rick. Next week, we're going to be back in Epcot with more of our Epcot Entertainment series. You guys won't want to miss that. Got another great episode coming up for you. Don't miss it. Keep sharing, keep commenting, keep winning some cool swag. almost forgot, we've got to have a drawing and give something away. We've already ran it through random.org, so we already have a winner. It was actually number 3, Kevin Nelson, and what we've got is another one of the really cool mini Huni statues from Alani. Get it unwrapped here. So it's a nice little statue there, Kevin. It's got the Alani logo down there. So I'll drop you an email, bro. Just reply to that email and give me your address, and we'll get this statue out in the mail. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, watch us next week. You'll see some more stuff from Epcot. So long, everybody. See you next week.